right, so as many of you probably know, Shelby Miller and minor leaguer Tyrell Jenkins were traded to the Braves today for Jason Heyward and Jordan Walden. What role do you play in deciding whether or not to trade players, and how do you think this trade will help the Cardinals in the long run?
Well, we have a great think tank. We got some very, very talented people. Actually, their education wouldn't lead them typically in the direction of Major League Baseball, but we've got guys with Ivy League degrees and all kinds of letters after their names that can't wait to be a part of what we do, and we put some processes together to try and predict how we can move forward, whether that's as a club, where our weaknesses are, and then right down to the individual and figure out, this is something we see that there may be an issue, this is somebody we see a huge upside, and so they're constantly evaluating. It's just too big of a business anymore not to have some metrics to really back what you feel. So Mo and his group have been very good to myself and our staff to let us do the baseball part and then ask our opinion. So we'll take this particular trade into conversation, and we go out and we'll talk about an area where we think we can improve. We'll talk about an area that we may be able to make a move with. And then we start talking from the baseball perspective. If the numbers line up and the baseball perspective looks at it and says that's a good fit for our club, and then we start talking about the personal side too. What kind of guy is this? Is he going to fit into our clubhouse? Is this going to be the kind of player that our Cardinal fans will draw to? It comes down to the bottom line. We need him to compete, but is he going to be a guy that buys into what we're trying to do and the culture we have here? And with Jason Heyward, there was no question that was part of that fit. And on the bad side of that is, just like I told you earlier, we build this family, and then all of a sudden, you have a piece of the family go. That's hard in a lot of different respects. But we hate to see Shelby go. Tyrell's a very promising young arm, and I think he's going to have a good career. I think Shelby's going to continue to do a great job. Right now, with everybody in this room knowing we had a hole in right field we had to figure out. Jason Heyward could be a real good option, and Walden could also be a huge pickup for us to help our young bullpen develop.